Hey, HR friends, welcome back. So we made it. We made it to day 4. We're in the 3-1 emotional 6.5 day sequence. And here's the 6.5 day sequence of the electromagnetics. We always start with looking at this. Now, here's the good news. Look at from day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, we're back down to manageable levels. Now, most important thing here, if you've been stressed out or you've been creating stress for yourself, let that go. It's the past. We've got some air to breathe again. Okay. It's going to get a little bit easier here, at least for the next couple days. All right. So let's take advantage of that. Now, when we scan day 4, which is in this white rectangle here, you can see third persons come down quite a bit. Remember, 4 is what we start to worry about. So everything's under a 4. Now, we've still got some first person stuff that's going on here. So please pay attention in this next 24-hour sequence to your general sphere of people, the people in your family, the people at your work, the people in your community. Make sure you're staying as calm and cooperative as you can because all these polarity points are here. These are the challenges. These are trying to get you to act defensively, and they're very effective at it. They usually win, and this is why because we're strapped to a defensive system of control. And when we get agitated from the inside out, what's going to happen is you're going to do one of two things. That's what this math knows. It's what it dictates. You're going to run away from your problem or you're going to make it worse for yourself by fighting. And we're really trying to broadcast how this works because this is the design. And if you were unaware of this, the design of our body is actually designed as a negative feedback loop, which confirms that we're in a negative feedback loop. That's what this math is. That's what it's trying to do. It's trying to deceive you. It's trying to trick you into making more stress for yourself and more stress for the people around you. Okay. So here's the good news. It's laid down, but first person perspective in this next 24 hours in day 4, we still need you on your toes here. We still need you paying attention and we still need you working as hard as you can. All right, so let's get down here to objective. All right. So the polarity points, this is a two-part objective. Top there, those polarity points are trying to trick you into confrontation and arguments and all kinds of conflict. And what that's trying to do is stop us from getting along as an interconnected family. That's all this is. And we've got family members that are going to have less experience. That's the son and daughters. They're starting to mature and figure out who they are and what they want to invest in. And then we've got people that are considered to be more mature and more experienced. That's the mother and father figures. Now, what should be happening here is all members of the family should be talking and trying to help each other with their stress, trying to help get their relationship stress free, and starting to talk in a way where we're all organizing our strategies, no matter where we are in life, to equally balance between family, individual, world, and national perspectives. These are the 4 perspectives of the society that must be in balance. And if they're not in balance, it's pretty easy to see. Now, when we look around all the nations in this world, you can see there is chaos happening everywhere. This is the organized pattern of chaos. This is what we're broadcasting, and we're broadcasting this because we are designed to conflict. We are designed to fail. Now, if we show you this pattern, we are trying to help you understand to succeed. But just because we stay calm doesn't mean we're doing the objective. And I'm sorry, this is how it works, okay? So if you're not balanced with your first person perspectives and trying to get along with every member in your direct family, in your community, or all the people that we share this world with, and if you're not balancing this, you are going to have destructive interference happen to your body. These frequencies that we show you, these testing frequencies, they're not asking questions. They are what's in control. They are what governs our health and our experiences. It's that simple. And if you choose not to balance, as these frequencies come through, what's happening is you are damaging the quadrants of your body. And we've got it listed here for you. You can see upper left quadrant, upper right quadrant, lower left quadrant, lower right quadrant. These are the relationships that are attached to the quadrants. So if any part of your body, any quadrant of your body isn't doing well, or your experiences are becoming unpleasant, these imbalances are what's causing that. It's that simple. All right, let's roll down here and let's talk about the zoomed in 24-hour forecast for day 4. Now, what this does is it really lets us take a look at the electromagnetics at a much more detailed level. And we've put timelines here and they're all with time zones. So, for example, I'm Eastern time zone. I do this every day. We're going to find Eastern time zone would be -4. Now, I would take a picture here. All these time zones do is they align the time zone with these times with where these peaks happen. And it's very important you know where these peaks are because this is where stress and tension is likely going to find you. Okay. Now, it's pretty easy here. We've got at least a much lower level day today. We're not at high alert. We're not at code red. We're probably closer to an orange or a yellow color here. Okay. So we can take a deep breath. Now, I want you to look at the first 12-hour sequence. You can see there's a little bit of first person agitation. That 4 is the number we're looking for. Now, in third person, not so much at all. A little bit right at the end. And we've got one more spot in the first person right here. So, again, no, just pay attention, and I bet everyone's feeling fatigued. I know I am. I am definitely fatigued after these last 5 days. It's taken everything I can to stay balanced and to stay calm and try to cooperate with all the people around me. Ain't no doubt this is tough work, and there's a reason this is tough. This is a challenge. This is a test. Space-time reality is literally checking and wants to know, even though we're designed to make mistakes and be imbalanced, we have the ability to balance. And when we do this, we're rewarded with better health, we're rewarded with better experiences. And when this experience is done, if we can do this, we're rewarded with a positive feedback loop instead of this negative feedback loop. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the alignments. So you can see in this 24-hour period, we don't have a lot of alignments, but we have a couple long ones here, at least one long one here, and it's moderately strong. So that's the first one we're going to look at. That's the ME right here, and that's this guy right here. 5 hours long, and it's going to test upper quadrants, upper right and upper left quadrant. Now, the small m is at 7.5 day frequency. The small e is a 3.5 hour frequency. So if you were wondering which side you're likely going to feel this on, much more probable it's going to be on the left-hand side. Either side, though, could create an issue for somebody who's not balancing world and national perspective, which unfortunately is a good proportion of us. If you look around the world right now, it's obvious that these are out of balance and that people aren't putting enough time and energy into this area and have this in their routine at a daily level. If you hurt, that's what it means, okay? Now, there's another one that's happening on top of this, an ME on the space side, and this is going to test the right and left lower quadrants. Again, the M, that's a 7.5 day frequency. The E is a 3.5 hour frequency. Much more likely on the right lower quadrant, could it be either side? And this has to do with family members being balanced in our approach with sons and daughters, trying to help them through their stress, trying to help them manage their relationships, making sure that we're mentoring and encouraging them to diversify their routines and to balance their routines so that we can create a better, more balanced nation and world. All right, let's go to the last alignment here. This is a PE alignment. It's a space alignment. It's 1.5 hours long. This is going to test the upper quadrants, upper left and upper right quadrant. This is a 12-hour frequency, the capital P. This is a 3.5 hour frequency. This is asking us to be able to balance with the more mature perspectives and be able to talk with them about our routines and take their advice and also make sure that we're coordinating with our strategy within our families. This is really just positive, constructive relationship where we're getting to know each other, we're getting to trust each other, we're forming a team dynamic, and that team dynamic is all about creating a more balanced atmosphere, a more balanced world at these four perspectives. All right, that's enough about that. Now, what we're going to discuss next is where the macros are sitting in the body. And when you look at this, you can see there's a considerable imbalance here. So the right side of the body in this next 24-hour period is going to be tested heavily. Now, these are the 10 macros, the largest frequencies that pretty much stay put this entire time. There are a ton of other frequencies that are going to be coming through and testing us, but these are the strongest. And because there's 7 on the right and there are only 3 on the left, highly probable that people are going to have more issue going on in the right here. Okay. Now, in addition, when we look at these charts here, we can see that 4 is when we start to wonder, well, that's starting to be a pretty high test number. Okay. Same thing when we're talking about polarity. 4 is that number where it starts to get higher. So left lower quadrant starts at a 4 and the right upper quadrant starts at a 4. All right. Now, You can see there's not a ton going on here in the left. We only have one macro. So of the 5 that are up in the upper quadrants, only one is on the left, and that's reflected right here. The testing sequence for the upper left is a little bit lighter. Now, I'm telling you, right and left, the upper quadrants, they're the toughest ones. Those are the mature quadrants. This is where we really got to start to mature and really try to push ourselves to be mentors and also to figure out how to create leadership roles within this team effort that we're putting together here. Okay. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about is the lower quadrants, because when we add these up, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the lower quadrant, and we've got 5 in the upper quadrant. Now, that means that probably both sides of the lower quadrant people are going to be experiencing things on, because we've got capital M, that's the strongest frequency on the left side, and we have a capital M, that's the strongest frequency on the right side. All right. So even though there are only 2 on the left and there are 3 on the right, if I'm in practice, it's going to be a day where we're going to feel things in the lower quadrants. And if we have upper quadrant stuff, it's much more likely on the right side. Okay. That's how that's going to go. Now, let's keep moving here. As always, we're going to remind people you don't have to wait for me to post this stuff anymore. When I post this 6.5 day frequency, I don't want you just knowing what 6.5 days are coming. I want you to know what the next 6.5 days are coming. We've got the entire summer season posted, and we've got the entire fall season posted. I'm just giving you an example. Look at right here. You can see that we're going to have some really, really big polarity events that are coming up before this year is done. Okay. And this gives you the ability to start to look forward a couple of weeks, a couple of months, into a couple seasons so that you're not caught off guard. If you've got plans, and this is something you're going to want to know, because these polarity moments is when all this chaos is happening around us. And when big groups of people get together with these polarity moments, unfortunately, it's been ending with lots of tragedy. Now, we haven't updated anything new. This is the same confirmation video we did last time. These are tough. These are really tough. In fact, I'm putting together a video now that's going to go back years up into current time and just show how every one of these mass shootings are predictable. Every single one. This is something we really got to start getting people aware of, because this has to stop, especially in the United States. This trend has become way too common. All right, down here we've got a request form. If there's something you'd like us to do an electromagnetic post on and you want to see what caused that event or what the frequencies were that we're testing at that time, happy to do that for you. You just fill out this form. We also have a confirmation library now. So if you click on this, it'll actually take you to another page that has all the previous events that we've already listed for you. And I promise you, this list is only going to continue to grow. All right, that is probably all we're going to talk about today. I'm going to end on this vlog right here. You definitely are going to want to navigate to this. So the downloadable tool that we give you guys to use, I am step by step showing you how to use this to your immediate advantage, and how you can know where you're going to hurt, and know how these predictions that we're sharing with you now, they're general predictions. When you add your personal rhythms to these general predictions, there will be no surprises. We I can't wait for you to check that out. We're trying to help you every way we can here. All right, that's enough for today. Everybody stay calm. We're almost there. Things should get a lot better here the next couple days, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.